What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 2 of Prop Quiz, where we pit two of your favorite people in combat sports against one another in a head-to-head trivia game. I'm your host, Long Island Luke. You can follow me below at Main Card Minute on social media, and you could subscribe right here on YouTube if you like the content. But enough about me. Let me introduce our contestants. First up, a man who once gave up a highly lucrative law career to do more important things like create the fart system. He's not a big hiker, but he can't resist a good climb. He's been covering MMA for close to 10 years. You know him from MMAFighting.com. He hails from Georgia, but not the one where they're good at fighting. It's Jed Meshew. Jed, welcome to the program.
The disrespect to Athens, Georgia's own Forrest Griffin. How dare you suggest that my state is not good at fist fighting? We are the home of Wild Bill's Fight Nights. Many a champion has risen from our wonderful state, and I won't stand for this slander.
I'm just happy you didn't name drop Cody Durden as someone who hails from Georgia as a good fighter. But anyways, let's introduce your opponent. This man put on a more exciting round against Derek Lewis than Francis Ngannou, and he's got more Otno points than he knows what to do with. He's been covering MMA for 10 plus years. You also know him from MMAFighting.com. He has terrible taste in sports teams, but he does have a great name. The CrossFit King of the Carolinas, Mike Heck. Mike, terrible hat, great name. Happy to have you here.
I don't even care if I have a headset on. Great introduction. I hope Spanish Flea is playing in the background once this is in post during these intros. It would be incredible. But I appreciate being here. I'm kind of nervous because I have no idea what's going on. So let's have some fun.
That's all right, Mike. That's the joy of being here on Prop Quiz. No one knows what we're getting into. You guys are basically just going to go head-to-head in a trivia game. I got a rules video for anyone who hasn't been here before and for you both as well. So let's take a listen to that. So you guys are going to go head-to-head in a betting-themed trivia game. Similar to Jeopardy, you're going to have a board with 5 different categories to choose from with questions ranging in difficulty from 100 to 500 points. Your 100-point questions are going to be your over-unders. So these will be 50-50 questions. You just got to choose if it's over or under. Your 200-point questions will be your money lines. Think of it like who wins the fight. These will be either-or questions. You'll also have a 50-50 chance of getting those. Your 300-point questions are going to be your methods of victory. Just like there's 3 ways to win a fight, knockout, submission, or decision, these will be questions that you have 3 choices to choose from. Your 400-point questions are going to be your singles. These will be straight-up trivia questions. No multiple choices on those. And your 500-point questions are going to be your parlays. These will be 2 to 3-part questions, and you have to get all the answers correct to get any credit. So here's how it's going to work. You guys are going to be wagering 100 points on every question. So if you answer a question correctly, you'll earn that question's point total, and you'll get to go again. If you answer a question incorrectly, you're going to lose the 100 points you wagered, and you're going to lose your turn. You're also going to have 2 bonuses that can each be used once during the game. A 50% profit boost, which will increase your question's point total by 50%, and a no sweat bet that'll give you the opportunity to go again if you get the next question wrong, and the 100 points will not be deducted. Please note, you must announce you're using a boost before you choose the question on the board. After the board is completed, there's going to be an optional Hail Mary round in which players can wager any amount of their points on one final question for a chance to double their point total. However, if the question's answered incorrectly, you're going to lose the points you wagered. So the leading player is going to have 2 choices. They can either choose the amount of points they want to wager before the losing player chooses theirs, or they can admit they have a gambling problem and opt to sit this round out. The trailing player is then going to choose the amount of points they wish to wager and have one final chance to win it all. The player with the most points at the end will win Prop Quiz and get the esteemed title of this week's Degenerate. Make sense, guys?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we're ready, we'll get into the 5 topics for today. So, topic number 1 is going to be Boston Mike. That's for you, Mike. Topic number 2 is going to be chickens and goats. Jed, little nod to you there. Topic 3, also for you, Jed, a little go dogs, a little Georgia Bulldogs topic there, or maybe perhaps other things. Middleweighty Middleweights is going to be topic number 4. I know you guys both love a good middleweight fight. And topic number 5 is going to be Otno Bets Barred. Yes, I combined 2 shows
Nice.
You guys host.
Well done.
And those will be MMA fighting related questions.
Well done.
Thank you. If you gentlemen are ready, we'll get started. We all good?
I'm hyped. Let's do this thing.
All right, let's play Prop Quiz. All right, guys. So the way we decide who goes first is I put a poll on the community tab on YouTube, and I actually did a blind vote. So don't take any offense to this. Jed, you were contestant A. Mike, you were contestant B. 64% chose contestant B. So Mike, the board is yours. Please pick a first question.
Boston Mike for 100.
Boston Mike for 100. Over under 6.5. How many Stanley Cups have the Boston Bruins won?
Oh, we're doing like all sports, huh?
So it's
Under.
90% MMA, but yeah, I did trickle a few in here.
So then this goes just to Mike, right? Like I'm not buzzing.
Yes,
in.
you can't steal it or anything. Mike is saying under. That is correct. 100 points for Mike on the board. Mike, the board is yours.
200.
Boston Mike for 200. Who had more All-Star Game nominations during their playing career in Boston? Mike Milbury or Mike Lowell?
Wow, what a question. Mike Lowell.
That is correct. Milbury was actually never an All-Star. Mike
Never heard
Lowell,
of either of those two men.
He's an all-star here. He's an all-star here.
Yeah, I was gonna
You think
say-
Happy Gilmore? You think Happy Gilmore got his "I took off my skate and tried to stab somebody with it" story on his own? No. Mike Milbury jumped in the crowd and tried to beat somebody with their own shoe. Mike
Legend.
Milbury's a hero.
legend. All right, Mike, board is yours.
Let's stick with it. 300.
Which of these three Massachusetts natives has the most UFC bouts? Kenny Florian, Calvin Kattar, or Rob Font?
Ooh. Rob Font.
Damn, you nailed it. Rob Font has 19, Kenny Florian has 17, Calvin Kattar 15.
Love it. Let's keep going down the line here.
All right, Boston Mike for
Owning
400.
this category.
Who won the first UFC main event in Boston?
Frankie Edgar.
Damn, Mike. It was
Dude,
against
I didn't have
BJ
that one.
Penn. Killing
That
it
was the
right now.
infamous James Toady Randy Couture card. First ever UFC event in Boston. Yes. Let's go for 500.
Boston Mike for 500. This one's a little tough. 4 Mikes fought on the Shogun Chael card in Boston in 2013. They went 2-2. Name 2 of the 4 Mikes that fought on that card.
God. Wow. My Lord.
I think
Mike
I have one.
Mike Pyle. I don't. Jeez, I was there too.
Who's the other one?
Shoot. Mike Rodriguez. No, he was not. Wasn't Mike Rodriguez. Shit. Mike. Damn it. I don't know. I don't want to take up the whole show thinking about it.
So yeah, you had Mike Pyle correct. It was Michael
Mike-
McDonald, Michael Johnson, Mike Pyle,
Mike
and
Brown.
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown was the one I had. I did not have Mike Pyle.
All right, Jed,
Pretty good.
the board is yours.
I mean, that was a pretty good run. I guess we're gonna go chickens and goats. No, go dogs. Let's do go dogs for 100. Let's start at the top. Let's ease our way in.
All right, go Dogs for 100. Over under 4.5. How many World Series titles do the Atlanta Braves have?
Under. They fucking never win the goddamn World Series. They get there a lot.
They have
Or
4,
they used to
so
get there
it's
a lot.
just under. They won
I
their
know, in the
last
history
one.
of a franchise that has existed for like 200 years or
Yeah.
whatever.
They won their first one in 1914, most recently
Yeah.
in 2021. So it's been
Yeah, the 2021 one, super fun. Is great when you become like a meme because your parade is too fast because you're not used to doing them.
sped right through that shit.
Literally just sped the bus through downtown Atlanta like it was a normal day. Incredible scenes.
All right, Jed, board is still yours.
2
Dogs,
dogs for
200.
2.
Which fighter nicknamed Pitbull has more professional wins, Patricio Pitbull or Andrei Arlovsky?
I mean, I have to go with the GOAT, Andrei Arlovsky.
It is actually
Really?
Patricio Pitbull. He has 37. Arlovsky has 34.
Genuinely
Wow.
astonished. But Arlovsky literally started fighting in 1999. How does he not have more wins than Pitbull?
I agree. I would have thought he had more, but that's
That
why it's
is-
a good
that-
question.
That's outrageous. Well,
Mike,
I've been stumped.
you're
How
back
about that? Let's go middleweighty middleweights
for
for
100.
100.
Over under 1.5. How many UFC events has Eric your boy Anders headlined?
Under, just one.
I would say I would have gone
was
2 because
two.
it's so low.
And they were
but
both in the same calendar year, 2018. Lyoto Machida and Thiago Santos.
Oh, I forgot about the Thiago Santos short notice.
Gotta get those
Son of a
Apex
biscuit.
ones. Gotta get the Apex. Actually, 2018 wasn't even
Yeah,
Apex.
no, that's
Yeah, that was an
pre-Apex,
Apex.
dude.
Jeez. Good for Eric Anders.
I think the Machida one was in Brazil. I can't remember where the Thiago, or maybe the Thiago one was in Brazil. I don't know. Jed, you're up.
Let's go back to the dogs for 3.
Which one of the following is not one of the Georgia Bulldogs mascots? Bully, Ooga, or Hairy Dog?
1, I need you to not say Ooga.
What is it?
It's Ugga.
All right.
And it's Bully. Bully is the answer.
Correct. I was hoping that Mike would pick that question, so it was a little more interesting.
Yeah.
But yes,
The easiest question I'll get all day.
yeah. Honestly, that was set right up for you. Oh, sorry. There we go.
Go Dogs 400.
Who did Raw Dog Brandon Royval beat
shit.
in his UFC debut?
Brandon Royval.
I know this one.
Oh, I had that. I'm taking a stone cold shot in the dark here. So, who would Brandon Royval have fought in his UFC debut? That doesn't feel right. I'm gonna shot clock myself here, and I can't think of anything else. Uka Sasaki.
It was Tim Elliott who got a big win
Ah.
last weekend. It was in May of 2020. It was a card headlined by Tyron Woodley and Gilbert Burns.
That fight didn't happen. It was May of 2020. That's the dead time.
Yeah.
There's no time there.
That was an Apex card. No, that was Jacksonville.
Mike, the board is yours.
Middleweighty Middleweights 200.
How many finishes did Terez Finney have in his 3 Dana White Contender Series bouts? 1 or 2?
2.
Correct. He had, where is this one? He had a round 2 sub in his first Contender Series fight, and he had a round 1 TKO in his third Contender Series fight. So
His second was a decision win over that city kickboxing dude from the other week.
yeah, Rouse.
Cam
Earlier
Rouse.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
Let's stick with the Middleweighty Middleweights.
For 300. Which of these Middleweighty Middleweights won the Ultimate Fighter? Trayshawn Gore, Andrew Sanchez, or Andre Petrosky?
Holy shit.
Andrew Sanchez.
Correct.
Good on you. I had no clue.
I was going to say, I tried to make it a little... Oh, I'm giving these points to Jed by accident. Tried to make it a little tricky
'em.
because all 3 of them were on the Ultimate Fighter, but Andrew Sanchez is the only one who actually won it.
Yeah, I know Gore is a finalist, but he didn't get to fight in the finale. So
Yeah.
Let's stick with the Middleweighty Middleweights.
What was the name of the promotion where Marc-Andre Barrios was double champ prior to coming to the UFC?
I truly have no idea, so I'm going to take a guess and say TKO.
Dude, you fucking nailed it.
That was like the only Canadian promotion I know outside of Unified, and it
I would
was
have just
Unified.
gone for the Canadian promotion, so that would have been a good guess.
I thought that was a
Worked out.
little easy for a 400, but, you know, it's hard to come up with middleweight.
Mike is cooking me.
That's all right. We got time. Oh, I want to keep in mind.
Let's
to both
close
you.
it, baby. Let's close the Middleweighty Middleweights.
All right. I also just want to remind you guys, because Luke and Brian, they waited way too long, and I didn't remind them halfway through. You do have the 50% profit boost and the no sweat bet if you want to use those on anything. But Mike, you're going for 500 Middleweighty Middleweights. Who did Dustin Stoltzfus beat on Dana White's Contender Series to earn a contract, and what round did the fight end?
First round, Joe Pyfer.
Fucking nailed it.
Oh, he's the guy that Piper broke his arm against
Yep.
or whatever?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
a fluky win. You would never think
And he
Dustin
got a
Stoltzfus could
contract
beat
off
him.
that? Jesus. What
Yeah.
Sure did. What a
a
time.
carnival.
What a
Tim.
time.
Mike, you're still up.
So how does the double boost thing go? It's just double the points of your bet.
Yeah, but you got to tell me before you pick the question. So you get 50%. So if it's a 100-point question, you get 150. If it's 200-point question, you get 300.
Okay.
And then the no sweat. If you tell me ahead of time, you get to go again if you get that question wrong. So
Okay.
Oh, I would have definitely done that.
All right. I'll go. I'll sweeten the pot. Double trouble, whatever it is.
50%.
50% boost. No bets barred for 200.
All right, so this will be worth 300 if you get it correct. On to the next one. Who is the only UFC fighter to have 5 UFC bouts in a year on 2 separate occasions? Donald Cowboy Cerrone or Neil Magny?
It's got to be Cerrone, right? I'll go Cerrone. Oh, it's Neil Magny.
Neil
Son of a
Magny
bitch.
did it twice. Fucking crazy.
I didn't think he did it twice. Good on him.
Jed, board is back to you.
Can I use both of them on one go? Can I both no sweat and double down?
I guess, yeah, fuck it. You could do that.
We're gonna use them both. Chickens and goats 500, baby. Let's get back in this
All right.
game.
So if you get this right, it'll be worth 750 points, and if you get it wrong, you still get to go again.
I still control the board.
All right.
That's smart.
No bad outcomes.
In what city did John Jones win his first UFC title, and who did he beat?
I know he beat Shogun Hua to win the title. Trying to remember where that fight was because he stepped in on like relatively short notice instead of Rashad. I mean, it feels like Vegas is too soft of an answer, but I'm gonna say it. It's gonna be wrong. Las Vegas.
Was
It
it
was
Newark?
in Newark, New Jersey. Correct. That's where he like ran down the robber, minutes, hours.
Oh, I forgot that whole robber
Yeah.
story part of it too. Yeah.
All right, but Jed, you do still get to go
Still
again,
control the board.
and you don't lose 100 points for that because of the no sweat.
We were shooting our shot as best we can. No bets barred 500. We're trying to get points.
All right. It was a heck of a morning for which fighter hours before their UFC 213 headliner when they had to pull out, and against who?
Oh shit, 213.
Oh, I know this.
I have to think of what the 213 was. Because what the fuck was 213?
Exactly.
It was a heck. Also, great intro. Heck of a morning for which fighter? Hours before their UFC 213 headliner when they had to pull out, and against who? Tony Ferguson Habib.
It was
Can I just get it? Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Right.
It was Amanda
That's it,
Nunes
that's it.
against Valentina.
I would have never
Shevchenko.
possibly gotten that.
And then we got Robert Whittaker, Yoel Romero as the main event, I believe, right?
Yes, 213. Yep, interim title bout, or maybe that
Man,
was for
Jose would be really good at this game.
Oh yeah, he'd have all the points. It'd be like a game of pool.
It would actually be a boring watch. He would just go through the whole thing.
Maybe
You
we
just
got to
go
have him
smoke
on
everybody.
next.
Yeah.
The other player would never get to play. He would just run the board.
right.
I'm gonna do the second chancer.
Okay, no sweat.
No bets barred for 400.
What was the name of E. Casey Layden's
Oh my
first
God.
amateur opponent?
Some dead man.
I can picture him what he looks like, but I don't remember his name. As soon as you say it, I'm gonna be so pissed that I didn't remember it. But yeah, tell me who it is. I don't know.
Fritz Frauendorf.
Fritz.
I would have
right.
given you guys just the last name if you had gotten that. But
Oh, well, yeah. There's no chance I would have remembered Frauendorf. Fritz I could have remembered, but maybe.
Oh,
right,
shout out to
tough one.
Fritzy. Shout out to Fritz.
Mike gets to go again, and he gets
I get to
no
go
points
again.
deducted. So
I'll go chicken and goats for 400.
GDR was stripped of her featherweight title for refusing to fight Chris Cyborg. Who did Cyborg then fight for the vacant title?
Tanya Evinger.
Damn, you're good. I thought no one would get that. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that one.
Yeah,
That was a fight that certainly happened.
that was
It
that John
happened.
Jones DC 2 card. That was a great card.
Anaheim, yeah. That was a good one. Chicken and goats 3.
The GOAT of men's swimming, Michael Phelps, was no chicken when it came to ripping bongs in college. What year did the infamous image of him blazing surface online? 2008,
Big
2009,
ribs.
or 2010?
Oh God. Bing Rips surfaced in 2009.
Damn, you're good, Mike.
Well, it's definitely
2009.
not 08 because
Nailed it.
That was Olympic year.
Ah, fuck! I should have realized that. I just
Well,
went
100%
right
not
around the
08.
medians.
That's a 2 question.
Maybe
That's
it
a
could've been.
200 question.
I'll go No Bets Barred 300.
The first episode of No Bets Barred that I appeared on was UFC 312. Which of these Australian fighters fought in the opening bout of the pay-per-view that night? Tom Nolan, Jimmy Crute, or Jake Matthews?
I know it wasn't Tom Nolan. God, Jed was here. Was it? Jimmy Crute did fight on that card. But was it the first fight? Jimmy Crute. I'll go Jimmy Crute.
I think it was
Matthews.
I think it was Jake.
You were correct. Jimmy did fight on that card. I believe he was the second fight on the main card.
He was.
Tom Nolan was the featured prelim.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
That was a tough one.
That was a hard one.
I mean, the question is just, do I want to try to get as many points possible to make it respectable? I guess so.
You do, because also we have the Hail Mary round at the end.
I gotta. So I guess I'll go chicken and goats hundo.
All right. Over under 4.5. How many consecutive, keyword consecutive, canceled UFC bouts did Nico Montano have before she was officially cut from the promotion in 2021?
I mean, 5 would be so many, but I almost want to say 5. I'm going to say under because 5 is so many. So under consecutively. She had 5 consecutive.
She had 6. She had 9 total in her UFC career.
That's
6
so
in a row.
many.
6 in a row is absurd.
Dude.
Also, straight up, you threw me off with the reading of when you were like, keyword is consecutive. I was like, oh, he's throwing me a bone. Consecutive must mean that somewhere in there. Consecutive didn't fucking matter at all.
I was just saying that in case anyone knew she had 9, they would have been like way over. So it's it's consecutive.
Oh, God. This is tragic.
Mike, board is back to you.
We'll go chicken and goats for 200.
Bisping avoided the surging Yoel and Whitaker to rematch a 46-year-old Dan Henderson in Manchester, England instead. What number UFC pay-per-view was that? UFC 203 or UFC 204?
Ooh. $204.
Correct. 203 was Stipe Overeem in Cleveland.
Yep. Yes, because that was October. 205 was MSG. So
that
yeah.
was 200.
I'll go No Bets Barred for 100.
Over under 6.5. How many total wins does AK Lee have on Between the Links?
Holy shit, dude. That's a great question. I will say under.
I think I know this. I
has
think he has 7.
He's
I
got
thought he had
8.
7.
Wow, I didn't think he had that many.
That's why it's a good trick question, because everyone would
great
think it was
question.
low, you know, but yeah. Jed, you are up for the final question.
I
Go
only have
Dogs.
one choice.
Go dogs,
Dogs,
for
baby.
500. Name both fighters in the main event of the first ever UFC event in Atlanta.
I just don't remember if this is the first one, but it is the first one I think of, and it's Rashad Evans, Chuck Liddell.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
UFC
Is it
88.
88. I remember the number. I remember the event. I remember not going to the event, but I wasn't sure if that was the first UFC in Atlanta because we had early ones in like Augusta and stuff. So I didn't know, but boom, on the board, baby.
All right, great job, gents. Now we got the Hail Mary round. So first things first, Mike, you have 2,800 points. So you can choose to just sit this round out, or you can choose to wager any of that 2,800 to then double that amount. So I'll let you decide.
Go for the high score, Mike. Risk it all. Go for the high score.
So like I could sit it out and I just win, right?
Yeah, I guess technically. Yeah,
you could
it'd be a lot
Shemai of
more
this.
interesting.
You
if
could get into crucifix and do nothing with it if you chose to, Mike. Or you could be a man. You could Max Holloway it. Stand, point at the ground, and bang it out, Mike. Which one are you going to be?
I'm gonna be like a combination of the two. I will bet 500.
Okay.
That's not a combination of the
All right,
two.
he's going to bet 500. Jed, I assume you're gonna also
all in, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
all in.
go.
Well, yeah.
I came to game.
Jed, will have you go first. Not that this really matters. Dricus du Plessis fought on 3 straight International Fight Week cards from 2021 to 2023. Name the 3 opponents he beat on those cards.
2023. I just have to go back. I just have to go rebuild his resume. His last year was Izzy Strickland. So Robert Whittaker is certainly one of them. I'm trying to piece together Whittaker. Is that right? Robert Whittaker, Darren Till, Derek Brunson?
Trevin Giles, Brad Tavares, Robert Whittaker. Trevin Giles was definitely the hard one. I thought you would get Tavares Whittaker, which is why I thought Giles was really the question there. But
I would have never gotten Giles. I probably could have gotten. I was just trying to rebuild his, like, go backwards in my mind, but this is not my strength.
All right. Well, for the principle of finding out what Mike's final score is, Mike, your question is: Natalia Silva beat Jasmine Jasdavicius in her UFC debut in Austin, Texas in 2022. Who headlined that card?
Calvin Kattar and Josh Emmett.
Damn, this man is good.
See? You should have risked it all.
I should have bet $27.99
number.
3,800 as your final score. I mean, Mike, we've only had 2 episodes, but you are by far the all-time leader. BC won last week with like 900. So, I mean, BC also, by the way, called out Jed this week. I said, no, we're the PFL of quiz shows. We do the bracket and we make these matchups. So, Mike, you will now move on to face BC in the next round.
What a dream come true.
If you're interested.
Look, I don't deserve it, so that's fair.
I'm going to be the king of New England, baby.
Jed,
bring it, BC.
We'll still love to have you back on. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. You can follow both of these guys on social. Jed, what's your social? Let everyone know.
I don't want everyone to know because they're going to say mean things about my performance today. All I can say is, like my adult son, who's also going through tough times right now, hats off to Khamzat Chimaev. He just beat me today. You know, he didn't risk a lot. Some might call it cowardly how he behaved in the end, but you can't take away from his dominance, and that was a pillar-to-post shit kicking. So credit to you, Mike Heck. Tip of the cap.
Mike, victory speech, anything you want to say to the people?
Shout out to Dricus du Plessis, who actually put forth at least a few seconds of effort and actually made it interesting for a few seconds in round 5. Jed, try as he might, did not. So yeah, we'll see.
Sure did not.
And shout out to Calvin Kattar for being the final Jeopardy answer. So thank you very much. Thanks for having us. This is fun.
I appreciate you guys. Hell yeah. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. Tune in. We'll be back next week for another episode of Prop Quiz.
Who got the big hot picks that ought to hit with the parlays to get the best money? I'm a bet. Small time, I'm max unit.